Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to draw a portrait in pencil from a reference photo. I've printed my photo in A4 size because that will be the actual size of my drawing. I've converted it into black and white just so it's easier to see the tones. I've also played with light to create more of a contrast between the shadows and the light. The first thing we're going to need to do is to transfer these dimensions onto the paper itself. You could measure and use a ruler, but because my drawing will be the same size as my photo, I can simply trace the outline of the photo itself. Just do your best to make sure that you try to center it onto the paper. If it's not perfectly straight, that is okay. The next thing we want to do is to fold it, and we want to do this accurately so the corners match up, and I like to really crease my folds down. And then you're just going to fold it again the other way, again accurately. So now we have these two lines going across on our photo, and those are going to be our crosshairs, which will help us draw. We will actually draw pencil over that. One thing to keep in mind is that you shouldn't do it over your drawing paper, just because the pressure of your pencil might make an indent into your drawing paper, which will affect your shading. So I'm just going to take another piece of scrap paper just to put underneath here for the sake of the video, and take my pencil and actually draw those lines on to my photo. So I'm going to put my photo back into the frame here and transfer those two lines just by putting nicks just off to the side there, which I can connect later with a ruler. So I have the four there. You could draw them now, but I think it is better if you do it after, because what we're going to do first is tone our whole paper. So I have my 4B pencil here, and I'm going to fill in this whole frame with a tone, with a middle tone. And if you have a recently sharpened pencil, it's best if you dull it a little bit, just so it doesn't scratch into the paper. So I take my 4B pencil here, and I'm just going to hold it at the end. And I'm just going to start in the top corner, holding it loosely, and I'm just going to wiggle it across the paper, creating a light medium tone. My strokes are about an inch long, and this is better than if you do it long and try to fill it in a lot faster, because you'll end up seeing some lines, and those are pretty hard to hide later. So I'm just going to go right across and move my way down and fill in that whole frame. If it goes outside of your lines, that's okay. We can erase those later. Just try to maintain the same amount of pressure across the whole page. And the next step, we just get a paper towel, fold it in half, and we just rub it onto our toned paper here. You don't have to press super hard. All this does is just help smoothen out the tone, hide some of the small little line marks, and I like to do it in a circular motion. It just helps it look a little bit more smoother.